happened. It happened. I know some of you guys already know about this, but I know a lot of you guys weren't there for the experience, and like, you guys, it probably is coming off as a little bit of a surprise. But I want to share what happened with you guys because I think everything that I went through to get to this point in my life, it's it's worth sharing, you know. But yeah, I'm Aurelius. I got married, and this is what happened. So it'll happen when I moved into the new farm and a new town because that's something that I did. Look, I'm at a point in my life where I feel like if I do stuff by myself, I can get things done faster. That's just what I feel like, and I wanted that fresh new start. So I went to a farm. I knew that this wasn't going to be easy. I knew starting a whole new life isn't going to be easy, especially by yourself. And boy, did I go through a lot to like find myself over here. But I'm lucky because in a farming town, in this close-knit community, everyone around you is supporting you. And everyone around you is trying to make sure that you succeed with everything you do. And the biggest example of this was my neighbors, which is obviously where I met my wife. Now, I'm going to be absolutely real. At first, I liked my wife's family because they were really supportive of me and everything. But the more that I got to know them, the more that I realized they were like, I don't know, they really were strict on my wife, okay? They were so, I don't know how to explain it. They were way too defensive and they got in the way of everything. Like, she lives with her auntie and her auntie's brother, so her uncle, but like, I don't like to call him her uncle because he's way too young. But anyways, her auntie's brother and I once got into an argument because she was supposed to go shopping and I came to her with breakfast because I want to feed her. Like, he was there saying that I'm holding her back from everything in life because I'm not letting her go shopping. I don't know what's gone into this guy's head. I don't know why he didn't go shopping himself. He stays at home all day. He doesn't have anything better to do. Why are you making my wife go to do the shopping? Like, it's not like you're making her life any easier. You didn't make her any breakfast. You're not spoiling her. What's happening? But anyways, I'll come back to this point a little bit later. So what happened at the start was, a couple of days into me moving in, she came over to my place and she gave me some crops because her and her family own a crop farm and like they do business over there with that and stuff. But she gifted me some crops, and being the man that I am, what I did was I inherited some hens. Yeah, I inherited some hens and some cows, and the hens have been giving me eggs, and I know how to make an egg soup. I don't know how to make anything else, and I was so lucky that she likes egg soup. So what I did to pay her back was take some egg soup to her, and she said, like, she loved it. Like, she really liked it, and she wanted to have it more often. She actually said that. So, I began making egg soup for her every morning. She doesn't live that far away. She's like just a 10-minute walk, but she doesn't live that far away. So every morning, I'd get up, I'd make some egg soup, I'd take it to her, and I'd go on with my day. That's what was going on. But anyways, this one day I was in town and I found out that there was going to be a fireworks show at night, and I thought this was the perfect chance for me to talk to who was now my wife, yeah? So this was like the first time I've ever taken her out on a date or anything, but I go to her and I ask her, hey, do you want to come watch the fireworks with me tonight? And that's what we did. We got ready in the evening, and then we went off to watch the fireworks. They were really nice, but this is where I just kind of like, you see, I thought I screwed up. The fireworks went on for a couple of minutes, and they were absolutely beautiful. We both knew that, but she actually said it with her mouth. She said, these fireworks are beautiful, and then I just couldn't help it. I kind of just said, yeah, but they're not as beautiful as you. You know, at the time, I thought that was a good idea, but it took her aback. She was just like, okay, thank you, and she left. She said she doesn't want to spend the rest of the night with me, and I'm like, oh, I fucked up so hard, okay? And then I go home, I smoke some weed, I get high, and then like, because like, bro, who the hell says that? Like, I'm pretty sure I went out on a walk and saw a bunch of elves, like Santa's little helpers and all that, and I ended up with a feather, yeah? Those elves literally told me that this feather is really important and it is very rare, and you only give it to someone you love when you want to propose to them for marriage. Now, that's some shit that only happens when you get high. And the next morning, I woke up and like right now, I'm in a habit of making egg soup every morning and taking it to her. So I wasn't going to stop that. Plus, I felt bad about what happened the previous night. I made her some egg soup again. I went to her house to tell her that I'm sorry about what I said last night. I hope we can get past that. I hope we can move on. And then you wanna know what she did? She asked me out on a date. It was so weird. I was getting so many mixed signals at this point. I feel like she had a thought about it and maybe she realized that she had something for me as well. But she asked me out on a date and she took me to such a beautiful place. It was like a pond nearby that just no one goes to. And, yo, it was so nice. I loved it over there with her. We had such a lovely time together. So, I felt like everything was going swimmingly, but I didn't want to take things too fast. Yeah? I stayed relaxed and I kept making her breakfast. She came over to my place every now and again to just have a little chat and all that. We went to a few events together as well. It was so fun. I really enjoyed that, but this is when some of the problems began starting. As before mentioned, her auntie's brother. He is a real fucking weirdo. He is always judging me. Every time I talk to him, he's there, he gives me this sort of an attitude as if, you don't deserve to be in this town. You don't deserve to be in front of my family's presence. Bro, fucking relax, man. I don't know why he's like that. And her auntie, she's not bad, but she's a bit overbearing and she just doesn't see anything correctly. She's got a warped view of the world and I bloody hated it. I hated that she was around these sorts of people. To me, I felt like I needed to rescue her from them. They were the ones that were holding her back from living the best life possible. And I feel like I was the one that has been really taking care of her since I moved into town. Mind me for falling in love with someone that I'm taking care of. I don't know what you expect. So you remember what I mentioned that other situation, yeah? When I had a mad argument with her auntie's brother. So that happened. And I'm just they never said sorry to me. And then my wife over there came to me to say sorry on their behalf because they're just a little bit overprotective, and I'm like, no, that's just wrong. But yeah, look, at this point, we weren't anything. It felt like that we were friends, but I definitely had a thing for her. That's the thing. I definitely felt like I had a thing for her, and I felt like she had a thing for me as well. Yeah? Because we've been spending so much time together. We basically spend every morning together. We've been on a few dates together. We're really flirty with each other. It's like that, yeah? So, I decided something. Yeah, so what I decided was, I'm gonna try to make myself successful. I'm gonna try to grow my farm. I'm gonna try to get my business going. I'm gonna try to make a lot of money, and I'm gonna propose to her while I'm keeping in contact with her. Yeah, I'm still making her egg soup every morning. I'm making sure that I'm making money. I'm looking after my barn animals, even though my cow's fucking dying. I don't understand how to look after cows. I don't know why my cows are so unhealthy. My chickens are fine. Why are my cows not fine? They're just animals. Do you not look after them the same way? But anyways, not to mention all that, basically what I'm saying is, I put my life in order and I tried my best to make sure that everything goes well. Okay? And then some time goes by. After some time goes by, I just thought I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna propose. I went to her, I asked her to marry me, and she said no. And man, when I tell you that I was heartbroken, you don't understand. I was ready to leave the town. I was ready to abandon the farm. I was ready to just go back to the city. I was ready to just be like, you know what? Just go find yourself some sex workers, okay? I thought I didn't deserve happiness, but this is where just things took a huge turn, okay? So, I had a good think about it. She explained to me that she doesn't see me in that way and whatnot, and I'm just there like, okay, I think I misjudged the situation. I don't know, I think this was my fault, yeah? So I misjudged the situation. I must have taken it in the wrong sense on what was going on between us, and I wanted to go and apologize, yeah? So when I go to apologize, she started sending me so many mixed messages. What basically happened? She all of a sudden said, when I go to apologize, she was like, she's happy to see me because she wants to talk to me about something. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. And then she's like, but she doesn't want to do this in the farm. Why don't we go to the place where we went on a date? And you see, this is just mixed messages, and I didn't understand what was going on or what we were doing, yeah? But she comes up to me, she takes me to this place, and then she tells me that she feels like her life is perfect, but it never goes the way that she expects. And then goes on to tell me that her auntie is setting up an arranged marriage for her. Now, when I found this out, I was just kind of like, I, I was distraught. I was like, what? She can't do that. It's your choice. Why would you want to get an arranged marriage with some random that you don't know about and whatnot? And she didn't know how to respond. She didn't know how to stand up for herself. She didn't have the confidence to do any of that. And I'm like, oh, it is. It was too much for me. I didn't know how to respond. I just said, look, I hope you figure it out. I really don't know what to say in this situation, but I hope you figure it out. I thought that was going to be the end of us, but I wanted to go check up on her one day because I can't just know that she's distraught, and go on to never, like, to talk to her ever again. Yeah? I want to see how she was, and I'll be real, I still had feelings for her. I kind of wanted this to be like, she's going to end up with me somehow. Okay? So, I still have feelings for her. And what more can I do than to just check up on her to make sure that she's going well and that she's happy? When I was going to her place, I accidentally ended up eavesdropping on a conversation that she was having with her family. And for the first time, it felt like her auntie's brother, even though he didn't know I was there, was taking my side. She ended up going on the date with this stranger. And you see, in these sorts of situations, you can't exactly like ask, hey, how was the date? And then there be a bad answer. Because if there's someone trying to get married to you, they're obviously going to make sure that the date is good. But it doesn't mean you have feelings for them. It doesn't mean anything. You get married because you love someone, not because it's a good business decision. But, so, like, that's what happened. For once, her auntie's brother said that he doesn't agree. He wants to make sure that my wife gets the right person in her life and not just some rando out there that has no idea what it's like to be in her life. And I completely agree with him. It is her decision to make. It is her thing to do. It is not anyone else's decision to make. And it was so heartbreaking for me that's when I just basically kind of decided that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to stay in this town. I've embarrassed myself enough. I've put myself through enough heartbreak, and I was getting ready to leave. I was gonna be like, that's it. We're not gonna do this anymore. This farm was a good try. This new life was a good try, but I'm way too deep into this, and I need to move on. So while I'm trying to get everything set, I kind of lose contact with everyone, and one day, this chick's auntie pops up at my door to tell me my wife's gone missing. So I'm just like, now you've done it. You've really just did this to her. You've really just made sure she's gone missing. You've really, like, I can't believe that they would put her in a situation. This is what I'm saying. They put her in so many stressful situations where she didn't have a choice but to leave her family. And the fact that she didn't love me kind of killed me, but I loved her. So, I went looking for her. I tried to make sure that she's safe. I went looking everywhere for hours. I went looking through the town. I went to the place that we went on a date. I was tirelessly looking for her. You wanna know where I found her? I found her in my barn. I found her in my farm. I found her outside my house. And that's when it happened. That's when she came to tell me what she did. She opened up to me. She said that she went to see that other guy, and she went to see him to say no because she's got feelings for someone else. and that someone else was me. Now, after all that, when I heard that from her, I just it was euphoric. It was the best moment of my life at that point. It was just, I couldn't believe that after everything that we've been through, after all that, she finally admitted it to me and herself that her and I were meant to be. And I returned the gesture. I told her that I have those same feelings for her as well. And the rest was history. We decided then and there that we're going to move in together. We're going to have a life together. We're going to get married. So, following that, we planned everything out and we did it. Video games, eh? Far out, man. I'm really acting like this over an NPC. If only this entire story was real and it wasn't a video game.